Hey you guys, this is Kristen coming at you live from Bethera, South Carolina, and tonight I'm going to be making some creamy bacon chicken thighs. So if you're joining me live, if you will drop a 1 in the comments to let me know that you're here. If you are watching on the replay, if you will drop I miss you in the comments, and if you're new and you've never seen any of my videos before, if you will drop new so that I can give you a full name shout out. This is the first time that I've ever made this recipe. I did find it somewhere and then I've adapted it because I do a smothered pork chop recipe, and this recipe looks similar to that, so I'm making it my own. So it's just a little bit different, but it's very similar to my pork chop recipe. So if you've ever made my smothered pork chops, then you'll know how easy that is. Hey Inka, hey Leslie, hey Key, hey Brenda. Key, you're here, you're live. Hey Elizabeth, hey Michelle, hey Trina, y'all thanks for joining me. So I have a just a deep dish, like a deep pan here, and I'm gonna turn it on medium high, and I'm gonna add some olive oil. Hey Leslie, hey Elizabeth, hey Stacy, thank y'all for joining me. And just enough, probably a couple tablespoons of that, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat that up, and I'm gonna put my chicken thighs in there to cook first, and then I'll pull the chicken out, and then I'll make the sauce and then put the chicken back in. So it's super simple. Hey Stacy, hey Tanisha, hey Amanda, hey Rose. And then for my sides, we're gonna do some asparagus. So I went ahead and washed the asparagus, and I have the ends trimmed on them. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my oven because I'm gonna bake those. So let me turn that on so it can be preheating. So you guys tell me what y'all are having for supper tonight. What did you guys make? Now, we just got back from practice at church, so I'm like, blah, right now. I'm like moving around like quick. Hey, Kendra. Hey, Gail. Hey, Anika. Hey, Julie. Hey, Gina. Thank y'all for joining me. So while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and season my chicken. I have 6 boneless chicken thighs. And, you know, I remember, it seems like a long time ago. I mean, not too long ago, but I feel like chicken thighs used to be cheap. Like, that was like the meat. If you wanted chicken, you would buy chicken thighs because it was cheaper. Now, chicken thighs are expensive. Like, you gotta get chicken breasts is cheaper. Hey, Kayla. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Christine. And I'm literally just seasoning these with salt and pepper. That's all I'm doing. And I don't know, you can go drop me some eyes if y'all can see what I'm doing. I've already washed them. Okay, so this is just about warm. I'm gonna give it just another second. You had a salad from Chick-fil-A, taco salad. It must have been salad night. Okay, so I'm gonna put those in here so that they can cook, and then I'm gonna season the other side. They should all fit in this big pan. Oh yeah. Taco casserole, baked chicken breast with ranch asparagus. Oh, that's a good idea, ranch. Wings. And we made it work. All right, perfect. So let me wash my hands real quick. So the recipe called for white mushrooms, and I had regular, like, baby bell, whatever you call them, mushrooms. So that's what I'm using instead. You don't have to use mushrooms. Also, this recipe did not call for garlic in the sauce, and I'm going to add some garlic. So y'all don't worry. I'm going to put the recipe in the description whenever I am finished, okay? Hey, Kayla, thanks for joining me. Hey, Norma, thanks for sharing. All right, so while that's starting to cook, in fact, I'm going to put the lid. No, I'm not. I'm going to put some salt and pepper on top. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. And that shouldn't take long because they are super thin, but I am going to go ahead and cover it so that it can keep the heat in there. Michelle, it's your last night. You're done. You're almost there. You can do it. I'm so proud of you. All right, so while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and prep my asparagus. Now, I want you guys to tell me in the comments how you like your asparagus. So, Kim, you had chicken breast with spinach and cream cheese sauce. Yum. I love that. My favorite way of making asparagus is I will cut them into bite-sized pieces, and then I smother with olive oil and garlic like minced garlic and shredded Parmesan. That's my favorite way. And I spread it, I'll put it on that pan, and then I'll bake it for about 20 minutes or so until it's tender. This is something quick and easy you can do while that chicken's cooking. You don't have to do this. It makes it easier whenever I'm putting it on my plate. I don't have to. Now, fun fact, I had not had asparagus the entire time that I was a child. I did not have asparagus until like 2 years ago, for the first time in my life. Isn't that crazy? So y'all said you like it roasted with olive oil, salt and pepper. So it's similar to what I do. Where is my, oh, there it is. Salt and pepper with avocado oil and bake. All right, so I've got it on 350. So I'm just gonna drizzle some extra virgin olive oil on top. And then, you're welcome, Jennifer. You coat with olive oil, salt and pepper. Yeah, most of us, I feel like, do it kind of the same way. I'm gonna do some finely shredded Parmesan, and I'm gonna add in some minced garlic. Thank you, Jessica. Chicken is sounding like it's doing something. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, that's about a tablespoon of garlic. Be careful, because it will go like I am. Ranch powder. Ronnie is not a ranch person. He just does not like ranch. I do, but I can't, he won't do it. Asparagus, I love it like that too. But I'm using my bacon in the chicken sauce, so this is my whole. So just do a couple sprinkles of the finely shredded Parmesan, and then I stick my hands in it and I just mix it up. That's all I do. Thanks, Betty, for joining me. Brussels sprouts. Stacey, I have not been able to. I'm not a picky person, but I've not been able to enjoy Brussels sprouts. I wish I did. I want to. In fact, never ever liked them, and then I went years without eating them, and I said, you know what, I'm going to try again. Maybe my tastes have changed, and they were still nasty. Anyway, that's what it looks like. So now I'm gonna grab some spray. And then spray my pan down. I mean, technically you probably don't need to do that because there's oil already on the asparagus, but it's fine. All right. Just doing as best of an even layer as you can. And there's that. So let me wash my hands again. So that's pretty easy. I'll stick that in the oven in just a second. Right now I'm gonna flip my chicken. Baby Brussels sprouts, the bigger ones are not as good. Now, are y'all white meat or dark meat fans? Ronnie prefers chicken thighs and dark meat. I prefer chicken breast and white meat. But it depends on what I'm cooking with, because I do love a good chicken thigh too. If you're just joining me, I was talking about a few minutes ago about how some I feel like they charge way too much for chicken thighs. It's ridiculous. Hey Tabitha, hey Debbie, hey Ellen. Ellen, you like dark meat? All right, so I'm gonna put this in the oven. Let that cook for about 2 minutes. It's not quite on yet, but it's fine. I'm trying to hurry it up. Okay, so for the sauce, once I take this chicken out, I'm gonna add in some mushrooms. I told y'all I went ahead and cut up some mushrooms. Y'all like both of them? Most of y'all are saying dark meat. Wow. So I'm gonna add some mushrooms. I'm also gonna do a little bit of minced garlic. And then for the sauce part, I'm gonna do heavy whipping cream, which that you've seen. If you have seen my smothered pork chops, it's very similar. I just don't put the mushrooms in it, but you totally can. I do have some Instant Pot recipes, Denise. I haven't used it in a while. I was for a while there. I was using it a lot. But I'm going to do a cup of cream. I may end up doing more. I'm going to check it. Chicken schnitzel, I've never made that before. Yeah, that one's done. Oh, both. I always pop heavy cream all over the place whenever I pop this thing off the top. And then, of course, the bacon, because it wouldn't be creamy bacon. I did 2 cups. I'll have to eyeball that in a second. So, a trick. I just got one of those Pampered Chef stone ridged baking things. It looks like this. It's still kind of warm, but it looks like this. And I literally cooked my bacon in the microwave. It was so convenient. Like really, really, really convenient. And it didn't hardly shrink up or anything. So what I'm going to do, the recipe calls for about 5 slices of bacon. So I'm going to cut those up while that chicken's finishing up. Should be almost finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you, Monica. How am I cooking the chicken? There's just olive oil in there, and I have salt and pepper. That's it. What do I do with my knife? Oh, I found it. Cut the mushrooms and then put it to the side. Monica, I am all about simple. It's going to be fast and easy. It's for me. Which most of y'all are like that too. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm trying to move this so y'all can see me. Let me switch this around. I'm just going to cut up the bacon. There goes the oven. Let me flip it time. There we go. Some of this is chewy. And if you are, and I have done this, yeah, they're boneless, skinless, Dave. If you want to be super simple, and I have done this before for any like recipe that calls for like you to have crumbled bacon, just go to the grocery store and buy like the bagged bacon bits that are the real bacon bits, and it works just the same. I just didn't have any. Normally I would have done that because y'all know I'm lazy keto, but I didn't have any of those. So we did the real thing this time. All right, so let me check my chicken. It's just about ready. All right, what is the biggest difference between lazy, strict keto besides the obvious? Okay, so strict keto, less processed things. They don't particularly like to use like packaged things. They like Whole Foods, that kind of thing. Lazy keto is like as long as it fits in my macros, I don't care. Like it's pretty simple. Priscilla, I do mine, if you're following any form of the keto diet, it's typically 20 to 25 net carbs a day. So you would take like total carbs, subtract fiber, and subtract sugar alcohols if there are any. Let me grab a plate so I can get my chicken out of the thing. What did I do, Jackie? How do I keep up? Amanda, honestly, I don't even anymore. I kind of just know. But I will tell you there's 3 apps that I highly recommend. That is Senza, S-E-N-Z-A, Carb Manager, and MyFitnessPal. All three of them you can get for free. There are paid versions of it, but you don't need the paid versions. You don't need it. Okay, so take these out. Y'all can see they're pretty nice and done. Start popping. I see that thing popping. Yay! I can't wait to be happy. Alright, let me let that chill out for a second because it's going to kill me. It's like I cannot regulate this stove. This is a new stove. We haven't had it for very long. You know how you like get used to a stove and you know how it cooks? This one cooks completely different than the one that I used to have. And this it's like temperamental. Alright, so I'm going to leave that to the side. So now I'm going to add in my mushrooms for now. And, dadgummit. I'm going to add in the mushrooms and then I'm going to add in the minced garlic. I'm just trying to let this cool down just a little bit so I don't kill myself. Stop being mean. Alright, here we go. A little bit of minced garlic. Paula, if you send, or Paul and Darlene, whoever, if you'll send me a message, I can give you some information. I cooked the bacon in the microwave using one of the Pampered Chef. I need an apron. One of the Pampered Chef Ridge bakers. And I have my stove now. It's like on medium low because I'm trying to get it to chill out a little bit. Hey, Jeanette. You love your induction stove? Well, I'm telling you, my favorite thing about this stove is the fact that the oven cleans itself. That has been the best thing since sliced bread. I did do that yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Because it was, something had gotten in the bottom of it and had started smoking. Janine, yeah, because I cleared out my messages today. Like I did it earlier today. So if I'm not getting your messages, you might be in my hidden folder. So you may need to send me a friend request. Because if we're not connected, it'll hide it. Alright, so I got mushrooms and garlic in there. Now I'm going to add in the bacon. And then I'm going to add in, Amanda, what grease? I don't know. That's about 5 slices of bacon. I did save some so I can eat it later because everybody loves bacon. Alright, so there's that. Y'all, look at this little joker right here that I did not chop. Look at this. What happened there? Let me do something with that. Alright, we're going to do a cup at a time. Yeah, that ain't gonna be enough, so we're gonna do 2. We like it saucy. Okay, add some salt. And some pepper. This is like the best thing whenever you, when you're trying to replace gravy. Like, who would have thought? Turn it back up so it can start simmering again. How big is my skillet, Stacey? I don't know. I don't really know the size of it. It's just the big one. I don't know. I almost pulled out my cast iron, but I don't have a lid for the cast iron, so I didn't grab it. I would have preferred to cook this in cast iron because it would have turned out so much better. I love the searing that cast iron gives to your food, but I don't have a lid for it, and I knew that this chicken was going to take forever. So what did I pour in? I poured in heavy cream, and I did 2 cups of that. So Pamela, I will put the recipe. Y'all, this grease is all over my floor. This is the only thing I don't like about chicken on the stove when you frying it up. I'm gonna have to mop. I'm gonna put the recipe in the description whenever I am finished. So this will take a minute. It will thicken just a little bit. You don't have to like do anything to it, but if you prefer, it will take a minute. If you prefer, I'm cutting up this bacon. You can add just a little, like, and when I say little, I mean like a tad, like just barely any. Xanthan, I don't know how you pronounce it. Gum comes in a bag. You can buy it over there by like the, I think I'm gonna cut up some more bacon. This one was a little bit more crunchy. It comes over there by like where all the, like the super smoothie food is, like that stuff, and the, where the coconut flour, I bought mine from Walmart, but that will thicken it just a tad, but you, like I said, you don't need a ton. But see, it's already starting to thicken up a little bit. I don't think you need to add that to it. If you want to be a part of my recipe group, you can totally drop group in the comments. Yeah, arrowroot powder, you could use that too if you want to thicken it, but I don't really think you need to. An option for this would be if you wanted to do cauliflower rice, you could do just, I like to do it in the microwave, like the frozen one that you can do. And you can, this is what we do with our pork chops, is I'll make like a gravy. It's a little different, but it's very similar. And we'll just pour it over that, and it's super good. It's where the gluten, yeah, it's Tbsp right there where the gluten-free stuff is. All right, so there's that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my chicken back in. And my asparagus is doing pretty good. Now, when the asparagus is done, then this will be done. So I'm literally just going to leave this on simmer and let the stuff soak into the chicken. You can top it with a little bit more bacon if you wanted to make it look cute, but that's not necessary. But that's it, y'all. So there's that. I'll take a picture of it and put it in the comments so y'all can see it a little bit better. I know it's kind of hard whenever it's on the screen, but I'll take a picture of it and put it in the comments. I just turned it down on low so it can simmer. If you guys don't mind sharing out this video, you can share it to your keto groups, your weight loss groups, your like food recipe groups, or anybody that you think would get some value from it, or maybe just your personal pages. That will be fine. You can even tag someone in the comments. I know whenever people are doing keto, they think they can't have like savory stuff, like they feel like it's just meat and vegetables, and that's not true. You can have good stuff. So I'm excited about this. This was new for me, but it was very similar to something else that I made, and I was like, you know what, that's gonna be good, so we're gonna try it. You could add a little Parmesan, yeah, to it if you wanted to, and play around with the seasonings. Like you could add some Italian to it if you wanted to add some ground red pepper. You could do that. With the pork chop gravy, I just didn't add the mushrooms, and I didn't add the bacon. That was from it. Oh, and I did chicken broth. So with the pork chops, I will sear the pork chops, take it out, and then I'll put in the garlic and kind of swirl it around in the grease that's left over from the pork chops. And then on top of that, I'll add in some chicken broth, and then I'll add in the heavy cream, and then it makes a really good gravy. And then I put the pork chops back in. Oh, onions also in that one. So it's very similar, but a little bit different. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. Again, the recipe will be up at the top, and the picture I'll drop somewhere in the comments. You'll be able to see that, okay? All right, you guys, I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah, it totally is. You guys have a great night. I'll see you.